Hello everybody, this is Joseph Probati again, and I'm going to be doing another unboxing video. This time it's from the Game Crafter, and they're the tiles that I made for Dungeon Hack the dice game. So this only has the dungeon tiles, and kind of what these videos are doing is I'm in the process of getting my cards made by some different publishers, cards and tiles. I'm going to be doing the custom dice because I found that the Game Crafter is really expensive to have custom dice made. So I think I'll laser engrave those myself. I've been doing fine so far. I just thought maybe I could find something that would do a little cheaper, but that's not the case. And the other reason is I wanted to show some comparisons between Printer Studio and the Game Crafter. Now I've known about Game Crafter, but I've never used them. I've used Printer Studio, but recently they've gotten a lot more expensive. They've raised their rates. It's very hard to get coupons that that matter, such as with playing cards. They do a lot of coupons for other things, but they used to do shipping, free shipping coupons. I just can't find any. So and their rates just jacked up. So like I said, for this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing for my dungeon tiles, which again, Printer Studio doesn't do tiles. They don't do cardstock tiles. They only do cards. They can do these small little square cards, but it's just not the same. So let's see what we've got here. So this is going to be new for me. This will be very interesting. All right, so a little heads up: the cards that I made or these tiles that I made at the Game Crafter, once they were finished and I had them go through the process creating them, it was a little over a 2-week process before I actually got them in my hands. So Game Crafter, these are 48 tiles, cardstock tiles, kind of cool. Let's see how thick they are. So the process, it's not really too bad. It's these are going to be 2 by 2 instead of the 2.5 inch that I normally use, which is nice because it makes for a smaller footprint for the game. And what I'm going to be looking at is detail, cut, how easy they are to punch out, feel, that kind of texture. And cost-wise, just to do tiles, it was pretty good. It was, I think, with shipping, it was in the 20s. I'll find out for sure, but it was pretty expensive, or inexpensive through Game Crafter to do dungeon tiles. So here we go. So this is the package that I got from the Game Crafter. It says here, this game contains laser cut components. Laser cut items will have slight amount of soot on and around the edges, which you can quickly wipe off. They will also have a campfire look smell for about a week after taking them out of the bag. Okay, that's good to know. So like I said, these are tiles that I had produced through the Game Crafter. There's 48 tiles, so we've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 sheets that have 6 cuts per sheet. It looks like they have, I don't know if I'd say a linen finish, but there is a finish to it. And so first off, let's see how easy they pop out. So it looks like they got a laser cut, but a middle piece where it's attached. It's not too bad. So just the top and bottom looks like where they're attached. Okay, so, and I don't know if you could see this thickness. This, I'd say maybe about a little over 1/16 of an inch. I'll have to get the actual depth and I'll post it as a text in the video, but So yeah, so here's that soot that they're talking about. Very similar like VPG games where you get those laser cut. But now the art, and one of the other things I wanted to find was centering. See how well I centered these, how well the text comes out, how well their cut is. Because I know that when I centered these image-wise, they were pretty centered. So here's the text side of it, which looks pretty good. It's off a little bit. So if that's me, then yeah, I messed that up. But I don't remember them being that far off. So that's going to be something I'm going to bring up, because you can see there's a good 1/8 of an inch on this side where that first line is, and then there's a less than a 1/16 of an inch on here. So top and bottom are centered the way I like, but at this left to right, they're off, and you can see, yeah, on their cut. So I'll have to find out about that. So these are all off. You can see if you look at the image on the cut. But the actual image on the card, I hope you don't get a glare on here, but these look really good. They're very clean. The centering looks pretty good. Top and bottom's good. And this to me is more important than the text. I mean, I would like to have these centered, but this is what you're going to see all the time. So this is what's more critical image-wise when you're playing. So very crisp, clean images. Like I said, there's like a finish to it, like a linen or a. It looks like it's too gloss glued to this cardstock. I think it's a cardstock or it's some type of material that they laser cut. So it has a very clean cut, and I know that I can wipe this off and it'll be nice and clean. I've done that with other games. But I really like how the image came out. All the images of the dungeons, they're really nice. So before I pop these out, let's just kind of look at these. So here's kind of one of the new ones I did. This is the Bazaar, so you kind of set that off to the side when you're playing. These are the Dragon and the Lich King dungeon tiles. And yeah, the images are very clean, really crisp. They show up really nice. And I had done some manipulation to increase them on the size of the tile, knowing that they were going to be 2 inches by 2 inches. So here's the text. And it does look like all the images for this side are centered and really clear. These, let's see, let's pop one. Yeah, these are all off, which that doesn't say much for the Game Crafter. I mean, this shows up pretty distinct. I mean, you got a nice brown edge on this side, and it's all cut off on here. But the image on it's clean. Text's good. Here's junction tiles. So this is the Green Jay. Again, off. And if one's going to be off, they're all going to be off. That's Town Bazaar. Yeah, and you can see if you look the image, the cut. So I'm going to have to ask about that. And I would assume they're all going to be off. And maybe they'll resend, because I'll have to bring it up, because I put in for another order to get tiles. And I'm hoping those are centered better than these. But again, like I said, this is more of the critical image that you want to look at. The text, easy to read. The doors, easy. These are some of the new tiles, the ×2 doors, ×3 doors. And the way these are going to be played is, obviously you're only going to play one door first when you're coming into this junction tile. And then once you get in there and you get past that, then you're going to draw, you'll clear that door out, and then you're going to draw 2 more doors. And there's a bunch of new types of doors, monster doors and magic doors and puzzle doors. So that's how these 2 or more doors, into the room, and now you draw 2. Here's some of the quest tiles. We got, so here's rooms. Let's see. Again, yeah, all off center. But luckily the rooms are centered, which is good. And you know what? I'll look again, and I don't want to blame the Game Crafter right away. I could have just hosed these all up, but I think it's pretty rare that I did every one of the logo sides off. It really looks like the images got pushed over. I mean, when you look at these, they're all shifted. So, but these aren't. So, but my assumption is they do a glue press on one side, you know, and then they glue press on the other side, set them down, and then laser cut. So, again, here's the rooms. Punch it out to see how it shows. See, very clean, centered in the tile. Much smaller. Here's an example of the sizes. This is what they are, and then this is what Game Crafter. Game Crafter only does 2 as this medium size, and then you got to get a larger size. So, but still cool. I actually like it that they're smaller, because they're really gonna play well on the table. They won't take up so much space. So this would be good to look at. Round. So here's a round room. Yeah, centered on the card or on the tile, very good. But again, the logo's off. So let's see, these, we got quarter rooms. Again, very nice. All of them came out. The image is nice. And these are quarters. And I'm really bummed that the logo's off on all these. But I'm happy about the image. And I guess I'll find out when the other tiles come if they're off too, then I screwed up. But if they're not, yeah, I'll have to get these changed out. So, and then here's kind of one of the special, I want to pop this one out. So here's one of the tiles that goes along with one of the quest tiles. So you have a quest tile, this one. So this one gets shuffled in, this one doesn't. See, this says quest number 5 dungeon tile. So what you'll do is, this one you set off to the side, this gets shuffled in with the quarters. When this one gets drawn, and then you play it and complete it, you swap it out with this one. And then it becomes the healing pools. So then you can come back to this tile and drink from the pools and heal. So I thought that would be kind of nice, is it would be helpful to let this one stand out so you could see, you know, right off the bat, somewhere on the table, oh, okay, I got to swap it with this one. So quest number 5, quest number 5. More quarter tiles, and what I ended up doing is, there were actually, before I added more to it, there were a total of, let's see, 36 tiles originally, and I wanted to create a little bit more variety, a little bit more randomness. So I created more tiles, which brought it up to 48, and that includes the Bazaar, you know, Town Bazaar, which is a new one. You know, and the tiles that have multiple encounters. So this is a new one too, that you have, you come in the room and you'll have this monster. If there's no door separating, you'll actually draw 3 monsters. This is a tough one. Where in this case, you'll see 2 doors. So you'll have a door before you even encounter anything. You have to get through the door. You come in here, you have your first encounter and a door that you draw. Once you get through this monster and then through the door, then you go into and get the second encounter with the trap, and then you have 2 treasures. So kind of a new concept, kind of cool to play, a little more challenge. And again, now that there's more tiles, you can kind of mix and match. You don't have to put all of them in the shuffle piles. You can, if you think the 3-door ones or 2-door doors are too tough, take them out. You know, they're not quest tiles. The quest tiles are the ones that are more critical that you got to make sure you want to have in there. But I think so far that we can see that it's beyond getting past the soot, which not a big deal. You know, I'll be wiping that off. But so these are tiles that were created through the Game Crafter. They're 2-inch tiles. It's called medium tiles, 2x2. I like the thickness of the cardstock. Very cool. Get all these off. One thing I'm kind of concerned about, and I'll find out, is, you know, by shuffling, how strong is the glue that this material is being held with? Because I want to see if, you know, if it starts to fray on the corners, if it starts to lift up, you know, will these become issues? So let's just get a couple of these in a stack. You know, I will admit I'm not a big fan of the laser and the ash that's on these, and that you got to clean up. I mean, I'll deal with it because, hey, these are nice. And again, Game Crafter's pretty inexpensive. I can imagine having these made, if Printer Studio made these, they would be $50. I mean, they would just make the game unreachable. It's just the price would be unreachable because you got tile. Sorry about that. I had a battery die on me. So right now I just want to kind of see how they look together when you're kind of playing them. And it's kind of nice because now they will sit better side by side. And I'm just going to make some random stuff here. Just to see how they spread out. So it's yeah, I think it's going to be nice. Yeah, the 2-inch sizes are going to be nice. So I'm very happy. So these tiles, again, were made through the Game Crafter. I have a set of cards that I'm also getting made through Game Crafter, which I will do a comparison of my Printer Studio cards as opposed to the Game Crafter cards, and that's kind of going to be a straight comparison. I can't do that with the tiles because Printer Studio doesn't make them. And I think even if the Printer Studio cards are going to be better, I'm going to have everything go through Game Crafter, as long as I can figure out, you know, this issue with centering, if that was my issue or if that was Game Crafter. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you could see these tiles really well. And, you know, here's your thickness, your images. You know, very happy. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll show you the next one.